Hello and welcome to Cryptocurrency Basics, hosted by myself, Rochelle Hazel. I created this program or this webinar slide presentation because what I realize is there are so many people out here, my family, my friends, the people that I know, the people that I care about, people that I'm in business with, have been in business with as a tongue twister, or would like to be in business with. They would be ecstatic to be able to jump into the cryptocurrency space if only they had the information that was needed to help them understand exactly what we're talking about when we use the term cryptocurrency, right? And so something said, you know what, it's time for me to create a presentation just to allow people or help people begin to understand what this thing is all about. And so that's exactly what I did. So let's jump in to this information. Now, you may be wondering, who is this Rochelle Hazel? What makes her qualified to be able to talk to me about this, teach me about this, or what have you? And let me just tell you a little bit about myself. This is a picture of me here on the slide. You're going to see me on all of these slides, so you'll be very familiar with my face by the time it's all said and done. I have a background in private banking. That's what I do. I'm a private banker. I work with mortgage-backed securities in my business. I'm also an investment fund manager. We work with both accredited investors and non-accredited investors, helping them make passive returns on their investment dollars. I consider myself a very savvy investor, but I'm a savvy investor who missed 8 cents. Now, what does that mean when I say I missed 8 cents? Well, when my husband and I first heard about Bitcoin, it was 8 cents per coin. Imagine that, right? He wanted to get involved. I said, "Are you crazy? We don't know what this thing is. Why are we going to throw any money at this?" And so he listened to me, and we didn't do it. And just fast forward, thinking about or thinking back before we fast forward, what if we had jumped in and just thrown $500, $1,000 at this 8 cent coin? Just a couple of days ago, it actually reached its top price at $59,000 per coin. Imagine what we would be sitting on today if we had jumped on that Bitcoin beginning. But we didn't. We missed out. And so that is one of the things that inspires me and lights the fire under me to give this information to whoever is listening to it. I'm a wife of over 26 years, happily married, and I'm a mom. I have three amazing sons. So yes, I'm the only girl in my house, and just enjoy my family immensely. So that is, why I do all that I do in the financial space. I'm also a builder of wealth portfolios. I love to help people really understand wealth and legacy building and how to build out their portfolio and how to diversify and how to have more than, just the one thing that they know about or the one thing that they're comfortable with in their own portfolio. I'm also an investment coach and a mentor to many. And so I just wanted to give you a little bit of background about me, and hopefully that uh, makes you a little bit more comfortable about listening to someone like me when it comes to this cryptocurrency space. So let's dig in, right? Now, a lot of times people want to jump on Google, jump on YouTube, which by the way are great resources, but they jump on those resources to find out information about cryptocurrency. The problem is there is so much information out there that you don't really know who to trust. You don't really know where to start. You don't really know what's important or pertinent to you as a beginner or whatever phase you're at, right? And so my job here is to break things down for you so that you can understand it, because Here's what I know. You can look up cryptocurrency, you can read one sentence, and there was a lot of big old words, and you didn't understand, none of it computed to you. And so that is where a lot of people stop. They stop right there because they're like, I don't even understand what I just read. So there's no need for me to go on. And so I'm here to break it down and make it simple for you. So, what is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency, we also know it as crypto for short, is decentralized digital currency based on blockchain technology. Now, that right there is one of those sentences that I just talked about, right? A whole lot of big words, but you probably don't understand what most of them mean, especially when you put them all together in a sentence. So let me break it down. So, decentralized, let's first talk about that word. Decentralized is just something that is removed from the whole, right? Whole being WHOLE, not HOLE. So imagine if you had a ball, right? Imagine if you had a ball. A beach ball is really a good visual because a beach ball has multiple colors. And imagine if you took one section out of that beach ball. Well, you have just decentralized that section from the whole, right? So think of it, another example is a franchise like McDonald's. Well, you have the franchise as a whole, they're all McDonald's, but each McDonald's is individually owned. Now, that's a kind of a good example, but not, because even the individually owned stores still have to follow the rules of the whole, right? But in this instance, decentralized just means it's pulled out from the whole. It is digital currency. That's going to be something you have to wrap your mind around, because we're not used to dealing with digital currency. Although some of the pay systems that we do use, like Cash App and Zelle, are preparing us for this digital currency craze. And it's based on blockchain technology. Now, I'm going to go into blockchain technology in just a minute. Just bear with me on that. Now, cryptocurrency is not regulated. That means that there's no governing body, right? Our government is not regulating it, although they're trying to. Banks are not regulating cryptocurrency. It's not regulated. Also, it can be used to make purchases on goods and services. It can be traded for cash. It can also be traded for profit. And people invest in crypto the same way they invest as any other asset, like stocks or precious metals, right? Most of the time, you put your money in and you wait for it to grow. That is how people invest in crypto. Now, the most popular versions of crypto are Bitcoin and Ethereum. But did you know that there are more than 4,000 different cryptocurrencies in circulation? That's amazing, right? And so that means that you have that many more chances to take advantage of this space. So let's jump into blockchain technology. What is that? We just heard that term. You may hear that term thrown around a little bit, and you're like, oh my gosh, two more big old words. I really don't know what they mean, especially when put together, and especially when it pertains to cryptocurrency, right? So let me break it down for you to make it really simple and easy. It's a system of recording information in such a way that makes it impossible to change, hack, or cheat. So it's just a recording of information, ladies and gentlemen. It's really not that difficult, okay? But it's a digital ledger of all of the transactions that you make, that I make, that anybody that owns cryptocurrency makes. It's duplicated and it's distributed across the entire network of computer systems on the blockchain. So think back, I don't know how old you are that's listening to this, but if you're my age or older, you can remember when computers were kind of first coming on the scene to the public, and you had something called DOS, DOS. When I was in high school, DOS was just kind of becoming a thing that, was being talked about. And you could either work on the Windows version of the computer or the DOS version. The Windows version had, all of the colorful, as colorful as we could get back then, but colorful and easy to read, easy to look at words and pictures and visuals. But the DOS version was just a bunch of letters and numbers, and it was almost like code, right? Well, that's what the blockchain is. It's just code. It's just a bunch of letters and numbers and things that um, it's like an imprint of what we're doing with cryptocurrency. And that's why it's not regulated, right? Because nobody really knows who those numbers belong to, except for the people whose numbers they are. And then this technique, it's intended to timestamp digital documents so that it's impossible to backdate or tamper with them. So if you buy some cryptocurrency at 2:52 p.m., it's timestamped, and nobody can go back and say, "Oh no, this actually happened at 2:30." Because you cannot lie. It cannot be changed. It cannot be hacked. It cannot be cheated. So that's just the simple breakdown of what blockchain technology is. It's good to just kind of have an understanding. You don't have to be an expert at it, but you have now an understanding. So what is Bitcoin? You can't do a cryptocurrency a talk or lesson or webinar without talking about Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is what some would call the king of all cryptocurrencies. We ladies know that it's not actually the king, it's actually the queen of all cryptocurrencies. It's where it all started, right? So let's break it down. What is Bitcoin? It's the world's largest cryptocurrency. I just told you it just capped out at $59,000 a couple of days ago. It was invented in 2008. It's an innovative payment network and a brand new kind of money. That's really the truth of the matter. Transactions are made with no middlemen, so there's no banks included. No one's holding your money. You get to see it, you get to control it. The founder of Bitcoin is Satoshi Nakamoto. Nobody really knows if that's a person, if that's a group, a community, whatever, but that is the founder. And then each cryptocurrency has its own symbol. And for Bitcoin, it is BTC. Okay. Now, what can you buy with Bitcoin? There are a lot of things. A lot of times people want to know, well, if I have this Bitcoin, what can I actually do with it? Well, let me tell you some of the companies that are accepting Bitcoin. Microsoft Xbox store credit. Some of you have an Xbox. Some of you have kids that have Xboxes, right? Well, the store credits can be purchased with Bitcoin. Also, Overstock. I'm sure you've heard about overstock.com. How about Home Depot? Namecheap. This is the site where you would buy a domain name if you were looking to have a website built for some reason. Starbucks, we all know what that is. Whole Foods. Whole Foods doesn't only take Bitcoin, but they take other coins as well. Regal Cinemas, GameStop, Jamba Juice, Baskin and Robbins, sports teams, professional sports teams. More and more of them are coming on saying, hey, listen, you can buy season tickets. You can shop at our apparel stores. You can do all kinds of things with us with Bitcoin. You can travel with Bitcoin. Some hotels take it, some airlines take it. Also, education. More and more education platforms are starting to take Bitcoin. Nonprofits are starting to take Bitcoin. Private banking secrets not only takes Bitcoin, but also other coins. You might say, what is private banking secrets? Well, that is our training platform. So that is where we show people how to become bankers, how to invest in mortgage-backed securities, just like we do. We definitely do take cryptocurrency. Tesla, ladies and gentlemen, takes Bitcoin. You can buy a Tesla with Bitcoin. That's powerful. Also, Lamborghini, you can buy one with Bitcoin. And then you can actually get started and actually grow your Bitcoin and your Ethereum with a program called Qubitech, Qubit Life. I'm going to tell you about that in just a little while. And then so many more companies out here are taking Bitcoin and are starting to take Bitcoin every single day. So we're very fortunate about that. Now, what are some other recommended types of cryptocurrency? I'm going to tell you about a couple of my favorites. Outside of Bitcoin, my next favorite is Tether. The symbol for that is USDT. Now, this was released on the Bitcoin blockchain through a group called Protocol Omni. The value or exchange rate of Tether, it's fixed or what? Tethered to the value of the US dollar. Exchanges actually keep a reserve of the US dollar to back up every USDT coin in existence. So when we say coin, we're not talking about a physical coin, just so you know, it's just the term that is used. So every single USDT coin is backed by the US dollar. So therefore, this is considered a really stable coin. And this is used for membership and growth in both DAISY and HyperFund. If you don't know about those, just stick with me and I'm going to talk about them in just a little bit. My other favorite is Tron. The symbol for Tron is TRX. Now, it is a decentralized, we talked about that word. It's for entertainment and content sharing platforms. It uses blockchain and P2P technology. Tron is often used in social media, online gaming, and other online entertainment. That's what it was originally designed for. But Tron has also a reputation for being secure. It's in the top 20 of cryptocurrencies, and Tether, just so you know, is in the top 5 of cryptocurrencies. Transactions are really, really fast with Tron because the network can support up to 2,000 transactions per second, ladies and gentlemen. We love Tron. And I'm going to tell you what, right now, Tron is at about 5 cents per coin. So imagine if you just go buy a bunch of Tron, you have the potential for that to grow astronomically, just as Bitcoin and some of the other coins have done. You can also swap Tron. If you buy up a lot of Tron, you can also swap it for other coins. So you can turn your Tron into Bitcoin and turn your Tron into Tether and vice versa. So this is a powerful way to do things as well. Now, Tron is used for membership and growth in our platform called TRONCASE. And I'm going to talk about that in just a little while as well. So I'm going to tell you about all 4 of these platforms and how they could be beneficial to you if you're looking to get into the space. Now, how can you buy crypto? We definitely want to talk about that because this is something that a lot of people want to know, right? How I want to get into it, but I don't know where to start. I don't know where to buy it. So there's lots and lots of popular wallets that allow you to buy cryptocurrency. Some of the really popular ones are Coinbase, Binance, Gemini, Bittrex, right? You have a lot of them. You could easily do a Google search and find out the best way for you to buy cryptocurrency. Also, Blockfolio is a wallet that you can use to buy crypto with no fees, ladies and gentlemen. That's powerful. This is a new one that I actually just recently found out about. I think they just started no fees in January 2021. So that's powerful. Also, Uphold. I think you can just buy Tron. You may be able to buy other ones, but check out Uphold. Any one that I'm naming, they have websites that you can go to on your computer or tablet, but they also have apps that you can download right onto your phone. So make sure you're taking note of what these are. Also, Cash App. Cash App allows you to buy Bitcoin. PayPal allows you to buy Bitcoin. From what I understand, Venmo has recently jumped on the bandwagon as well. Trust Wallet is another popular wallet that you can use to buy cryptocurrency. You can use your credit card or your debit card. If you're using a credit card, only Visa or MasterCard. If you're trying to use Discover or Amex, it's not going to go through. So Visa or MasterCard for your credit cards. And then, as you're buying in Cash App and PayPal, and most likely Venmo too. I haven't investigated Venmo, but you can use your balances. So a lot of us hold high balances in our Cash App and our PayPal because maybe you have clients that pay you in that manner, and or whatever. We use Cash App, we use PayPal, and a lot of times it's easier to just keep it there and just use that to pay people instead of waiting the days that it's going to take to get to our actual bank account. We would prefer not to do that. So if you have balances there, or if you often get money in Cash App and PayPal, then guess what? You can take that and convert that over into Bitcoin. So it's really not that difficult once you know, you know. Now, I mentioned something called a wallet, and you may be saying, but what is a wallet? So let me touch on that. I don't want to leave anything out as we go through this information. A wallet is a device or a service that stores your public and private keys for cryptocurrency transactions, right? And it's going to allow its users to store and retrieve all of their digital assets. So whatever you have, whatever you own in terms of crypto, there are wallets out here that will house them all, right? So I can look down the list and I can say, okay, how much do I have in Bitcoin available? How much do I have in Tether? How much do I have in Tron? How much do I have in Ethereum? How much do I have in Dogecoin, or whatever coin you like, or whatever coin you said, you know what? This one is only 2 cents. Let me just buy some just to make sure I don't miss anything, right? It's all right there in your wallet. Now, some of my favorite wallets are, I like Trust Wallet. I love Tron Link, and I really like Exodus. These again all have websites, but you can pull them right from your app store and put them on your phone. I suggest that you do that. I suggest that you know, write down the things that are important to you from this. You know, if you say, oh, I'm going to get Tron Link later, just jot that down really quick so that you don't forget, okay? And it doesn't hurt, if, of course, especially if you have the space on your phone, to get all of these apps. I have so many apps when it comes to cryptocurrency. I don't even use them all, but I have them just in case I ever need to use them or take advantage of them. Now, let's talk about 2 ways to grow your cryptocurrency. 2 ways. Now, historically, control of how our cryptocurrency has been very limited. What do I mean by that? Well, you would buy the cryptocurrency, you would let it sit in your wallet, and you would just wait. You would wait to see how the market was going to react, right? Was it going to increase in value? Was it going to decrease in value? Was it going to go up and down each day, right? You would just sit and wait, let it do what it do, and, you know, hope that in the future, if you were patient enough to wait it out, that it would do something for you. Now, those people that got in 2008, 2009, even 2010 into Bitcoin when it was really, really low, and they had the patience and the discipline to wait, they're sitting on some pretty, pretty pennies right now, right? But although there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, I have another way that I like a little bit better. So that first way, I consider it very passive, right? You buy it, you sit and you just wait, you go on about your business and you don't even really worry about it. But my favorite is passive with intention. Passive with intention. Now, it's still passive because you don't have to do any work, right? You don't have to sell anything. You don't have to chase anybody down. So it is passive. It is going to grow while you sleep, very passive, but you have intention. You're doing something to actually cause it to grow faster. Now, don't we all want that? Don't we all want it to grow faster? I know I sure do. So before I tell you about some ways to make it grow faster, let me tell you about this secret weapon. This secret weapon is called a VPN. Some of you may already know what a VPN is. If you're already maybe in the crypto space, which probably most people that are listening to this aren't, or they just got in and don't really know much. If you're in business, if you're in finance, um, if you're in gaming, these are some of the reasons why you may have a VPN already. For the majority of you, though, you're not going to know what a VPN is until right now. So VPN stands for a virtual private network. Now, this is something that protects your identity and your browsing activity from hackers, from businesses, from government agencies, and from anybody else that might be trying to snoop on you. Okay. When connecting to the internet, your data and your IP address are hidden by a type of virtual tunnel, and this keeps others from spying on your online activity. Okay, so a VPN service is something that you're definitely going to want to have as you roll into the cryptocurrency space. You want to get one that does have a fee, right? I know that a lot of times we're like, where's the free one? But the free one might not protect you, is most likely not going to protect you as much as the paid one. Now, when I say paid, you might pay 10, 15 bucks a month, or you can pay it annually or whatever, but it's definitely going to be worth it to have that added level of safety and security. So I highly suggest a VPN for you as you enter into this realm. And also, some of the programs that I'm going to tell you about are going to require you to have a VPN, especially if you are in the United States. Okay. So let's jump in. I mentioned a few programs as I talked about Bitcoin, and I talked about Tether, and I talked about Tron. I mentioned a few programs, and I now want to go into telling you about these programs, because these are the programs that are going to help you grow your investment with passive intention. Okay, passively but with intention. So again, grab your pen and paper, because you're going to want to put a dot or write down the ones that interest you. If you're like me, you're probably going to have a dot beside all four of these by the time it's said and done. But I want you to make sure you're looking at the ones that are going to work best for you. And then you can always reach out to me and let me know which ones you like and how I can assist you if you decide to move forward with any of them. So first and foremost, let's talk about HyperFund. HyperFund is a way that you can triple your money. Okay. So you buy a membership and you're going to get a ton of membership benefits here with HyperFund. You're going to be able to triple your membership in 20 months or less. Yes, under 2 years, you can triple your money. I'm not saying we, I'm sorry, it's not mine, but they have, I'm saying we because I'm involved with HyperFund, right? So I kind of claimed a little ownership, but they have a low entry. It's a $300 minimum to get started with HyperFund. You're going to be using USDT Tether to get started with HyperFund. If you get started with that $300, then in 20 months, maximum, you're going to get back $900. Now, there's a way that you can make that time, lessen that time, make it go faster. If you get started with $1,000, in 20 months, you're going to have back $3,000. So we're talking about a short amount of time to triple your money. $300 minimum, no maximum, as much as you want. You're going to get daily rewards. I mean that you're going to get paid every single day, ladies and gentlemen. It's a global platform. So no matter where you are in the world, you can get started. No VPN necessary. They also have something that I think is a perk. It's called the Hyper Card. It's a prepaid credit card. So your cryptocurrency will go on this card, and you can use up to $50,000 a day right off of this thing that they call the Hyper Card. You're also going to get Crypto University. These are some of your membership perks and benefits. You're going to get to learn more about cryptocurrency without having to pay anything extra for it. It's part of your membership, no matter how little or how much you buy in. Now, there's no recruiting necessary for HyperFund. You can earn your money back, or you will earn your money back just by putting it in, just by buying the membership. You don't have to tell a soul. But if you decide to tell someone, then what's going to happen is you're going to end up getting your money back sooner than 20 months, right? Because you're going to also make money off of that, because they have a very powerful referral program. And they have so many more benefits to HyperFund. If that sounds like something that would interest you, definitely put a pin in that And let's talk about it some more later. The next platform I want to tell you about is called D.AI.SY. Now, a lot of you may have heard of D.AI.SY. You may have heard of D.AI.SY over all of the rest of these, especially right now while I'm doing this video, because in 2020, it was a huge pre-launch about D.AI.SY, and everybody was talking about it. It was all over social media. It was all over Telegram. Everybody was trying to tell somebody about D.AI.SY. D.AI.SY finally launched in January of 2021. And there were so many people that tried to sign up for D.AI.SY all at one time that it basically crashed the system. About 53,000 people were able to get into D.AI.SY in 5 days with a lot of technical difficulties. They were able to get in. I happened to be one of those lucky people that were able to get in those first 5 days. After those 5 days, they had to shut it down. They had to revamp, go back to the drawing board. They thought they were only going to be closed a couple of weeks. It ended up being a couple of months. Now, D.AI.SY is about to relaunch, reopen its doors. While I'm doing this video, it's this weekend, but for those that may be watching this later, it's the weekend of March 19th through the 22nd. It's going to be somewhere in that date range. D.AI.SY is going to be a serious problem for this industry, not in a bad way, in a good way. And those people that get involved with this are going to see some serious gains. Okay, I just want to put it out there. So this is an equity and crowdfunding model. You're going to receive stock. That means own equity in a company, and you're going to also get profits. There's a very low entry to get started, $100. You can buy in at different tiers, but you have to start at $100, okay? But then you can increase tiers from there. I highly suggest that you consider doing that if you do get involved with D.AI.SY, just because the higher the tier, the more perks and benefits you're going to get. Now, if there's full presentations on all of these. I'll definitely be able to give you that information. You want to make sure you get the full info. But D.AI.SY is crowdfunding for a company called Endotech, which is a company focused on artificial intelligence. If you listen to all of the words that I'm saying, you know that everything that I'm saying is about big, big money, right? The AI space is big, big money. Endotech actually takes personal, or I should say private investors that want to invest in their fund and become a part of what it is that they're doing. But to be a private investor with Endotech, you have to invest a minimum of $1 million. And for those people that have done that in November of 2020, they were able to get a 300+% return on investment for their investors. And in December, over 500%. This is public record, ladies and gentlemen. You can look it up. Nobody can make this stuff up. But those people that may not have $1 million that they can put into Endotech, or that they want to put in all to just one company, Endotech, we get to get in and become a part of this movement for a minimum of $100. You're going to get trading rewards, potential matrix spillover, because people are building big teams in D.AI.SY. This is also a global platform. It's a global platform. You will need a VPN to get involved in D.AI.SY if you are in the US, or if you are in Iran, or if you are in, I believe the third one is Korea. Okay, so if you're in any of those countries, then you will need a VPN to get started, because they do not take those IP addresses. No recruiting is necessary here either. You're going to make money from the things that happen in this thing we call D.AI.SY. But if you decide to recruit, which a lot of people, most people are, the referral program is bananas. The leadership bonuses are crazy. So that's Daisy. And there's so much more that goes along with that. Again, if you want more information on Daisy, if you think this is one that's for you, put a pin in that. We can talk about it later. Now, the third one I want to tell you about is called TRONCASE. I am loving TRONCASE. You get paid every single day in TRONCASE, anywhere from 1 to 1.5%. Now, why do I say inside of 6 days? It's because when you first get started, you're getting paid 1%. Day number 2, 1.1%. Day number 3, 1.2%. And it goes up until it caps out at 1.5%, at which time you're going to get paid at a 1.5% rate until and unless you withdraw the funds that you have there growing. Now, once you withdraw them, you start back at 1% and build up again over those 6 days, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and so on. And you just can continue to do that over and over and over again. Now, look at this. There's some beautiful, beautiful things about TRONCASE. You get paid every 5 seconds. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I said it. I said every 5 seconds. And because we have our wallets, you can actually watch your wallet and you can see yourself getting paid every 5 seconds. That dollar amount is increasing. Now, another beautiful thing here is that there is a low entry under 10 US dollars. This is insane, guys. Under $10. You're going to get started here with the cryptocurrency that we call Tron. Remember, we said Tron right now is at about 5 cents per coin. So a minimum of 100 Tron is all you need to get started in TRONCASE. I definitely recommend that you go a little bit more than just the bare minimum, but it's totally up to you. It's totally up to you how you want to get started. You're going to triple your investment here with TRONCASE in just over 200 days. So well below a year, you're going to triple your investment. So if you put in 100 Tron, you're going to get back 300. If you put in 1,000 Tron, you're going to get back 3,000 in just over 200 days. This also is a global platform. A global platform. Oh, let me go back. More bonuses are going to be given as contributions are made. So, for example, once we get to 50,000 people in the platform, we're going to get a bonus. So we may go from 1.5% to 2.5%. And then once there's a certain amount of crypto contributed overall, we get another raise. So as different benchmarks happen, more money is going to be made in TRONCASE. You definitely want to get in this one. If you're not putting a pin next to TRONCASE, you're crazy. Or maybe you just don't want to be in cryptocurrency. But I think that if you've been listening for this long, you definitely do. So TRONCASE should be a given for everybody, no matter what, right? When you talk about $10. Again, here, no recruiting is required. No recruiting is required. But if you have some other people like you that you think will want to get involved in something like this for under $10 to be able to triple their money in less than a year, then you'll probably want to tell some people. And there's a great referral program here with TRONCASE as well. And then of course, there's more things. I just touched on the highlights. So put a pin next to that if that's something that interests you. And let's move on to our fourth and final platform that is going to help you grow your cryptocurrency. This one is called Qubitech. Qubitech, ladies and gentlemen, I am really loving Qubitech. It is very powerful. It pays daily. You know, once again, these are ways that you are going to be passive, but with intention, right? Taking the growth of your wealth, of your investment dollars, and putting them in your own hands and not waiting for anyone else to make it happen for you. So like I said, daily rewards and the ability to withdraw your funds daily. That's with TRONCASE as well. I didn't mention that. You're going to get paid 25% on your money every single month. Come on now. Low entry, $100 minimum. You're going to need to use Bitcoin or Ethereum. I suggest Bitcoin to get started with Qubitech. Okay, so you're going to need to have some Bitcoin in your wallet. You're going to want to have that Tron in your wallet, the Tether in your wallet, and the Bitcoin in your wallet so you can get started in these platforms. But just imagine 25% every month. Imagine if you went in with $1,000 every single month. You're going to get paid $250. And you could potentially get more than that because you're also going to be getting paid on those people that come under you, whether you referred them or someone else referred them. You're going to get paid a total of 250% on your investment in only 10 months. 250% in 10 months. People are going in on this platform at $10,000, $100,000 a pop. I mean, if you go in at $100,000, right? I'm not going to assume that I'm only talking to people that can afford $100. I know that there are a lot of people out there just like me that can afford to go in at bigger dollar amounts, right? So if you go in at $100,000 in 10 months, you're coming out of there with 250,000. So that means that you just profited 150,000 in 10 months, ladies and gentlemen. And you can get as many accounts as you want. So if it caps out at 100,000, but you say, you know what, I want to do this 3 times, you just go ahead and get yourself 2 other accounts or licenses, as they call them, at 100,000 as well. And you'll be popping it out every month, every 10 months, right? Getting paid every single month. And so within 4 months, you have recouped your initial investment. And then over the next 6 months is when all of your profit is going to be seen. It's amazing, an amazing system. They're out here paying for trips and homes and cars and jewelries and offices across the globe. If you want to open an office, they're paying for it. This is an insane program. It's really, really nice. I'm really loving it. It's one of the newer ones that I'm involved in and I'm loving it. Also a global platform, but no, oh yes, VPN is necessary if you're in the US. And I think if you're in Canada, you're going to want to make sure you use that VPN. You're going to benefit from trading. So those trading signals, a lot of people want to get involved in trading. Here's an opportunity. Digital licensing, no recruiting required. You're going to most likely have people still come up under you because everyone only has 2 places that they can put someone. So if I'm building a team, which I'm telling everybody that I know about these platforms, then, and you join with me, you're most likely going to have some people come up under you as well. And honestly, I really hope that you don't keep any of this to yourself. This is important information for other people to know, because everybody wants to build wealth, but not everybody has someone like me that's out here telling them, right? I'm here for everybody, but if they don't know about me, then they don't have me. But fortunately you do, and you're going to be able to share the information with them, invite them to our groups and get them in front of these videos and all those types of things so that you can help your friends and family, your loved ones, your coworkers, your associates, whoever, build the same type of wealth and legacy that you're going to build. So again, no recruiting required, but if you choose to, a wonderful referral program is there for you. They have all kinds of trainings and how to do marketing and just so much more. So you definitely want to put a pin next to that one if you think that it is relevant to you. So let me ask you a question. Where do you want to land in the crypto space? The choice is 100% yours. I'm just here offering the information. So where do you want to land in the crypto space? Do you want to be a very passive investor where you put your money in, meaning you just buy your cryptocurrencies and you just let it ride? If that's the case, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Or do you want to invest passively, but with intention, meaning you buy your cryptocurrencies and you actually do something? You actually figure it out, because sometimes when you have to buy crypto and then you have to have it in a certain wallet so that you can get started in the program, you got to turn your VPN on, you got to do all these things. It takes us out of our comfort zone, because it's not just as easy as going to a website, put your credit card number in, and bam, you're in. You have to now do something different than what you normally do. And for those of you that have gotten started in some of these with me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's different. Are you willing to do that to make sure your passive but with intention investment is going to work for you? Or maybe you're this third person and you want to miss the boat again. I know you don't want to miss the boat, right? Nobody is going to say, I want to miss the boat. But maybe you're one of those people that's like, I just don't know if this is for me. I just don't think I want to do this right now. You could potentially be the one to miss the boat, but you have to decide, where are you going to fall in the crypto space? Now, typically, if I'm doing this live and not just a recording like I'm doing for you, then I would do a Q&A session, but I'm always going to be here. This will be posted in our Telegram group. You can always come and ask questions there. So whether you're seeing it on YouTube, whether you're seeing this on Telegram, whether you're seeing this on Vimeo, or wherever you are, there's always going to be a place for you to ask your questions. Absolutely. And then only thing I want to say from there is, let me help you get started. Wherever you can see a place for yourself, whether it's just buying and letting it sit passively, or whether you want to get involved with one or two or three or all four of our platforms, let me help you get started now. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for just being here with me for this cryptocurrency presentation. I truly hope that you have gotten what you needed out of it, that is going to help you be able to move to the next step of financial freedom, wealth building, legacy building, and just turning things around and creating something for yourself, creating something that one of the things that I say on my YouTube channel all the time, in all of my videos, you'll hear me say, my intention here is to have it so your 7 times great grandchildren will have your picture on their mantle, because they truly understand that wealth and legacy and everything that they have started with you. And now that you've heard this information, you have a responsibility. Is it going to start with you, or are you going to leave it to the next generation to make it happen? Ladies and gentlemen, so glad that you can join me today. I look forward to talking to you soon, to working with you, helping you through this journey, and just having you as a partner with me. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.